Are you feeling ignored in the COD community by the developers? You wouldn't be the only one right now. Sadly, recently a lot of player and creator frustration towards Call of Duty is due to the game, and more importantly Activision prioritizing skin packs and microtransactions over fixing the cheating problem going on in the game. This has been going on for about, a month now, I'd say. Cheaters have been getting pretty rampant in the game right now, and Activision continues to ignore it, and they continue to push things like the Squid Games, whole DLC event. And it's funny because at this point, creators like even, big Call of Duty creators like Mr. Raffle Waffles and a lot of other ones, especially in the Zombies community, have been pushing back on this kind of content. And honestly, they refuse to cover it in their videos and stuff, like, skins and DLCs and all that kind of stuff. And honestly, I stand firm with that decision. So from here on out, we won't be covering any skin packs, we won't be covering any DLC additions to the game, besides obviously meaningful things like new Zombies maps and stuff like that. If you enjoy Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, GTA 6 news and more, hit the subscribe button down below and help us get to our goal of 400 subscribers. And if you don't mind, hit the like button. Let's get right back to the video. So they did bring a new game mode to the game recently, and it's kind of got to do with the event, but not exactly. So like I said, we're not going to be talking about stuff to do with the event, but this is a new game mode in Zombies called Dead Light, Green Light, and the premise of it is, it's like red light, green light, like you play as a kid or whatever, red light you stop, green light you move. But the zombies are still able to move on red light, so you gotta obviously kill them before they reach you. So you gotta stay in a spot. If you start to move, it'll start to take away essence from you pretty quickly too. Like every step takes away like 100 essence and everything like that. So, but the thing is though, is if you run out of essence, it'll also start taking away from your health as well. So you can actually kill yourself by running around on a red light in this game mode. So I'm going to list off a few reasons right here of why this game mode, honestly, I think sucks. I mean, right here is like, footage of me playing it right here, and I actually ended up beating it on my first run right here. Like, I didn't expect to beat it, but I had read a little bit about this ahead of time before I decided to try it out. And, the thing that sucks about this is that quests are disabled on this map whenever you play Dead Light, Green Light, as in, you can't get the wonder weapons in this map, because, the elemental swords, the 4 swords are the wonder weapons in this new map right here. And obviously, if the quest is disabled, you can't unlock them. You can still unlock the door and go to, like, the, pack-a-punch part of the map and all that, but you can't actually do the elemental quest, which is, kind of crappy, but that also makes sense for this next point I was going to make right here. You also are forced to have to exfil by round 10, and like I said, I did that on this, first playthrough right here, and it wasn't hard at all. It was just a normal exfil. There was no boss at the end or nothing like that. I guess it's just like a little fun game mode to go along with Squid Games, but the thing is, though, is that, during the Jingle Hells event over Christmas, they actually made Liberty Falls, like, look Christmassy. They actually made the zombies dressed up and stuff like that to actually make you feel like it was the holidays, like it was Christmas. The thing is, though, here, they didn't do anything to this map. They didn't change any of the visuals, obviously, besides the big doll statue that you can see around the map, but that doesn't count. But it's just, they didn't do anything to this map, really. They didn't make it unique. I mean, they could have at least put players with, like, the green jumpsuits on from, like, I guess, Squid Games inside the Zombies map, but like I said, they didn't do anything to really make this stand out or make it that special. So obviously, one thing that a lot of players are mad at right now is that Call of Duty's not taking the cheating problem, I guess, serious right now, or at least I guess they went on vacation over Christmas break, and I guess they're just not getting back in the studio. They're starting to ban a lot of accounts that are actually cheating and using stuff like Cronus's and just all kinds of stuff, like PC hacks, like they're banning cheaters in various ways right now, but honestly, it still feels like they're not doing enough. And that's one of the reasons that fans are getting mad right now, because Call of Duty keeps pushing out stuff like the Squid Games event, stuff like, new skins every day in the store, new DLC packs like that. And it honestly, players are just asking them to fix, like, small things, like, the anti-cheat and stuff like that. But it feels like we keep getting ignored just so they can keep pushing their agenda and making more money to, like, they're trying to nickel and dime us to death, like, it's crazy. If you already paid for the Vault Edition, you already spent so much money on the Vault Edition. It was like, what, 120, 130, something like that. I got the regular edition, and I was wondering if I should upgrade to the Vault Edition. Obviously, I'm not going to be. That would be a waste of my time and money, honestly. But if you spent money on the Vault Edition, and then you also just bought, like, what, 2 skin packs, you're already putting Call of Duty at, like, around $200 right there. So that's crazy. I mean, and if you're one of those players that really likes to collect skins and try to fill out their account, I can only imagine how much money you've already spent on the game. Like, holy crap. And I really hope that people aren't spending money on this game like that. I really hope that, like, a lot of people have realized in the past, like, 2 years, 3 years of, like, us creators preaching to you guys to not do, not spend money and not waste money on games like this. I would hope that a lot of players have caught on and, like, just stopped wasting money on games like this, especially on pointless stuff. So recently, skill-based matchmaking has been like the biggest controversy recently with Call of Duty right now, and it's the one that everyone's currently talking about right now. It's very, very big, and also EEOM, but we're going to talk about skill-based matchmaking right now. And the crazy thing is, recently a YouTuber, Exclusive Ace, everybody should know who that is, he recently just like dug into the Call of Duty like page and found out that you can actually go to their privacy support page and like request your personal data be sent to you from your Activision account, and you can actually check out like every single individual game you've ever played in multiplayer. You can see the number of hits that you landed in the match, your longest streak that you ever had, damage done and taken, and if you're interested, the percentage of time moving, which is kind of crazy. You can find out all kinds of stats like this down to like the T, and you can have it sent to your, I think, email through going to Activision's like page. I don't know if that's a good thing necessarily. We're gonna have a lot of players flocking over to Activision's privacy page and requesting their skill-based matchmaking data and stuff like that. But the most important thing to look at right here was actually this thing right here called the skill stat. And apparently the Exclusive Ace did a lot of tests on his channel and everything to figure out how it, how it raises and how it lowers. And he said right here, if the skill-based matchmaking expects you to perform at a certain level relative to the lobby's skill rating, and you fail to meet that expectation, your skill rating might drop even though you had a good game. So depending on the lobby that you're in with other players and stuff, that's already a predetermined value, and you can go below that even if you actually do have a good game. If you do below the expectation of the skill-based matchmaking, you can actually do worse apparently, which honestly seems a little bit unfair. This seems like a big overstep in Call of Duty again when it comes to skill-based matchmaking. Obviously, we've been asking for years just to like tone it back on the skill-based matchmaking, and they've not toned it back at all. In fact, they've toned it up quite a bit. It looks like every single game that goes by right now, the algorithm becomes more and more deep. Last video we looked at that graph, if you guys remember, and like there's so many things in that graph right there that like it shows Activision having to do just to like get our skill like stat, I guess. Hopefully in the next coming months, Call of Duty will at least address the, situation with all the cheaters and stuff like that. Like I said, they did a good job right now. Treyarch's doing a decent job to actually get them going right now. But there's still a lot of cheaters that are running rampant through the game right now and making people want to quit the game. And also, skill-based matchmaking is pretty much affecting the game in a way that's so bad right now that it's forcing players to leave right now. It's not good, so... And remember, we don't mean like one or two players right here. We're meaning like people are getting so mad at the skill-based matchmaking that like you're having like entire lobbies leaving. Like I'm just gonna briefly cover that again. You got entire lobbies leaving right now because the skill-based matchmaking is so bad right now. Players just can't stand to play in it. Oh, and the last thing before I go right here, I've seen comments on other people's videos, and I've seen a comment on my last video about this too, and I agree about it. If you're a multiplayer player and you're trying to grind XP by coming to zombies, stay out of zombies, because like half the time, you guys don't play the game right, you don't actually try to help out your teammates, you don't buy doors, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know the Easter egg. Just stay out of zombies. Like, go to multiplayer, grind with the cheaters, and stay over there with the cheaters. If you're a COD Zombies player, come to COD Zombies. The reason you guys see a lot of solo gameplay on my channel right here, whenever I make videos about Call of Duty Black Ops 6, is because I don't want to play with other players online. Because, like I said, they pretty much ruined COD Zombies, and a lot of players don't know what they're doing. But yeah, we've been being invaded by a lot of the multiplayer people to grind XP, and like, we don't need all that right now. You guys can stay over there in multiplayer. Let me know what you think about the state of Call of Duty, and also Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies in 2025 in the comments down below. I really enjoy talking to all you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching again. If you guys can, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let's get to our goal of 400 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.